to each other. So it's really nice to hear. At least what I picked up, you guys, some of you are in university. One is complaining about high school, about being in high school. Um,
It's just that the rest are
so
quiet.
yeah. Sorry, what did you
The rest are
say?
quiet. Other high school students are quiet for some reason.
Quiet. Okay, so I had only one person complaining, and spending 2 years in one grade, I think. So yeah, I guess 2020 wasn't our time, wasn't our year, and we have you all guys on our heart as you guys wait to finish this year. Hopefully, you guys are finishing in June, right? Is Rwanda finishing in June?
Yes.
Like the school? Yeah,
Yeah.
June is only what 2 months away. What's the name of the person who was
Ian.
Ian? It's only 2 months.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
It's only 2 months to go.
Let me keep up the breath.
So guys, I'm going to do a quick presentation. I know that many people do not like presentations, but I think it's important that you get to know about University Canada West. And then we're going to have a session that is going to be freestyle. You ask your question, you contribute on whatever that I'll be talking about. So University Canada West, we are located in Canada. It's very simple to understand, and we are located in the western part of Canada, in the British Columbia, in the city called Vancouver. We are a business-oriented university, so which means we only give courses related to business. We also have an associate degree for those who do not maybe want to do especially business, who want to transfer to other universities after they've done with us only 2 years. So I'll talk about that as we go on. I'm just going to fly by. If you need my presentation, I'll leave it to Christelle. Then she can share that with you guys if you need to have the brochure with you so that you can review all the little details in this brochure. All right. So we have two campuses. All our campuses are located in downtown Vancouver. We have a huge campus, around 90,000 square feet, actually. Sorry, not square meters, square feet. And we have about 3,400 students. We opened our campus last year, the new campus. So we had one campus before, and we just opened a new campus. On this building, as you see, it's an award-winning building. So we are very, very proud to be located in this building. We won different awards. The building was mentioned on CNN. So in my presentation, I usually talk about this building because it's an icon in Canada. So this is our campus, obviously, because October 2020 was the only time we started in this campus, the only time, and then the pandemic started. We haven't really gone back, but we're very excited. Hopefully by October this year, we should be in class and, enjoy our new campus. So this is our old campus, West Penda. It's still on the same street as the other campus. It's just that it was now smaller as the university was growing. So we had to build a new campus and use the new campus. Right, so in terms of numbers, as I said, we have 3,700. It's exactly 3,900 students. We have students from about 90 countries, and the age average is about 21. I mean the class average. So we have about 21 students in the class, and we have students starting from 16 years old to almost 60. So we have a few old students in our MBA program. And something we are very proud about is that we have an employment rate of 100%. So once you study with us, usually within 6 months, you should have secured your employment. after you've graduated. Obviously, I'm very sure that you guys know that this is very common in Canada. That's why Canada remains the first choice of destination for students in Rwanda and across the globe. Sorry, guys. So, why do you want to go study at University Canada West? We have a new campus, as I said, and we have immigration opportunities as Canada. And the reason why I should encourage you to go to Vancouver is because we have more job offers than actually workers. So you know for sure that when you finish your studies, you are going to have employment within the city. You can choose to go to a different city, but if you want to stay in Vancouver, you know for sure you're going to be employed at least within 6 months. You can study abroad with us. So we have opportunities to study in Europe as well. So if you want to do 1 semester or 2 semesters abroad, then that's possible. You can choose to do that, study in Canada, and also have 1 or 2 semesters abroad. So as I said, we have a career development department that will help you file for your CV and apply for your jobs. We actually really make sure that when you come to join us, we know that students, when you study, you want to actually secure your career. So we support you. We have flexibility in our studies. You can choose to study in less time. So you can take on more credits and finish your studies in less time than the usual. A master's program is usually 2 years, and the bachelor's program is usually 4 years, but you can take on more credits and finish your studies as soon as possible. The favorite topic of many students, we have plenty of scholarships. We have many scholarships, the excellent scholarship for different regions. If you're coming from Africa, if you've achieved different things, like when I'm speaking to you guys, I know that you've achieved already a lot. So I know that you will qualify for so many opportunities. So as I said, we have really small classes because we have an average of 21 students in class, which is very rare. And something that is very also exciting for those of you who are already in university, we do transfer credits, and we do accept actually credits from Rwanda. Not only that, maybe for students who are studying in the US or Europe, but we do accept students credits who are in Rwanda. So this means if you're in one of the universities in Rwanda and want to transfer to our university, we can calculate how long you've been studying in Rwanda and convert maybe the 1 or 2 years into maybe a 1 year, depending on what program you've been doing. And then instead of starting from scratch, you can actually carry on your studies with University of Canada West. We have different designations and accreditations. So there are many. So you can have a look. We have designations in marketing, in advertisement, in accounting, in business, so many. So which means instead of studying, having a degree and going on to do a short course, maybe in ACCA or anything like that, you have that combined within your degree, which is really, really fun because many students in other universities will finish their studies, and when they go to ask for a job, they'll be like, oh, you do not have this qualification, we'd like you to do this short course. So most of our students, when you finish, you already have all that package, so which will make you stand out from the crowd when you're applying for your job. So as I said, Canada is ranked the country #1 in quality of living. I feel like many people already know about how great it is to study in Canada. So let me talk about Vancouver itself. Vancouver is the warmest city in Canada. So if this is your first time to leave Rwanda, going to in North America to live, this will be the best place to land because it has almost like a European weather, which is not too bad. It's not as cold as other cities, so it will help you to transition into the cold weather. And then we have a lot of experiences that are free because we have access to the sea, we have access to the beach. you can do a lot during summer or during winter. There are so many things that you can do outdoors that will be free of charge, or you can also pay. But few things are really free, like museums and other things, where you do not really have to pay and you have fun and actually stay really, really fit. So yeah, here are, you can do cycling, water sports, fishing, golfing, and other activities for free. So as I said as well, I think I've mentioned it, Vancouver as a career destination. Yes, because as I said, we have more job offers than actually workers. So which means if you choose to go to Vancouver as a city, you are guaranteed to have your job. So our programs, we do not have so many programs. This is going to be straightforward. We have a bachelor's of commerce. We have 4 intakes per year, which means anytime you decide to come to our school, you will actually have an intake that will be open. So we have January, we have April, we have July, we have October. So throughout the year, you can apply for our programs. And we have the bachelor's of business communication. So you can choose whether to do the commerce or the business communication. And then we have the Associate of Arts, as I said, which has 8 focuses. So the Associate of Arts in accounting, economics, hospitality, tourism, management, marketing, media communication, psychology, or social justice. So that's for those who do not want to do necessarily business courses. So, and then for the graduate program, we only have the MBA, the Masters of Business. Obviously, we do have specializations for those who want to specialize in different courses that will be available for you. Then we have foundation programs. We have UAP, University Access Program. This program is given usually for those who do not have the right grades in IELTS or their English test. You can go for the UAP, or if you do not have any, if you don't not meet our direct entry grades. So if you didn't have the right grades, you go through our UAP and then it helps you to go into the bachelor's program. The MBA foundation as well is the same. If you do not have any background in business, or if you have less grades from your bachelor's program, you can go through our MBA foundation so that you can go on. So the scholarships, I talked about the scholarship. We have plenty of them. I'm not going to mention each and every scholarship, but since I heard that some of you are coming for our bachelor's programs, we have this very good one, the Pathway to Knowledge bursary. This Pathway to Knowledge will pay a full year tuition fee. So instead of paying 4 years in tuition, you will only pay 3 years, which is good. And it doesn't matter what were your grades when you finished high school. It doesn't matter. As long as you apply for a bachelor's degree, you get awarded the scholarship. And then obviously we have other scholarship for those who are going to apply for the MBA. We have the MBA Excellence Scholarship, we have the LOVE, we have Special Targeted Regional Program. So we have so many scholarships that for sure most of our students will benefit from these scholarships. So the requirements to apply: you need to have a passport, you need to have finished whether your high school or your degree, or you need to be studying. As I said, we can do credit transfer, so you can be within your university and then wanting to transfer your credits to us. That is possible as well. Yeah, that's all you need. So since if you're coming from Rwanda, you will need also to provide an English proficiency test result. So that will be IELTS or will be TOEFL. Right now we're using Duolingo since many of the centers are closed. So you can also do Duolingo until when we have all these centers open in Rwanda. If you're coming from a background, maybe if you studied like in the US or any other English speaking country, your bachelor's, you do not have to provide an English proficiency result because you've already studied your bachelor's in those countries. So, well, here we talk about student services. As I said, we have different things. We talked about the employments as well. That's it. I think I haven't talked about money, which is very important. Usually, that's where people are getting concerned. So our tuition fee is 17,400 Canadian dollars. So in terms of USD, it's about 13,000 USD. So that's the end of my presentation. I tried to make it as short as possible so that you guys don't get bored and get to ask your questions. So if you have any question, this is your time. Take it away. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
I heard that you talked about the tuition fee. So like, since you talked about scholarships and all of that, what's the possibility for a Rwandan student who's going to your university getting a scholarship, and how low does their tuition fee get when they're given those scholarships?
So yes, it depends. Our scholarship will range from dollars. I think, to me, the most scholarship we have at the moment for those applying for the bachelor's, the highest I would say, and that doesn't have require you to apply, is the pathway to knowledge, because you get 1 year off. So instead of paying 1 full year, you get that waived off. So, or you can have that the equivalent of $17,500 basically reduced on each year when you're paying. So basically, that will be the highest. And then for those doing the master's degree, it ranges from 4,000 to 10,000 Canadian dollars based on achievement and different other things. Yeah.
For that, are there jobs on campus for students who might find that as an option to pay off their fees?
Well, the good thing actually about Canada, which is very different from the US, is that you do not have to work on campus. So you're allowed to work absolutely anywhere you want. When you get in Canada, right on the airport, you're given a work permit alongside your student permit. So you can work absolutely from anywhere. However, I never tell students that they will be able to work part-time, because it's part-time, right? You work part-time so that you can pay your tuition. So you can definitely cover your living expenses and have maybe a little bit more, but I cannot see how you can work a part-time job, study, and have 17,500 plus your living expenses. It's crazy. That's not possible. But definitely for your parents, if they're concerned about how much money they'll be paying your living expenses, definitely no, that is not going to be their problem. When I see my students coming from, so I work with the Francophone Africa, generally within 2 to 3 weeks, my students will already have secured their part-time jobs. So parents do not have to worry about pocket money from the second month. If you've been in Canada for 2 months, you should have your part-time job, but parents will have to secure the 13,000 USD, or the 17,000 Canadian dollars.
Okay, so I have a question. Regarding the tuition of 13 USD you mentioned, is it an annual payment or?
Yes,
it's annual, right?
It's per year. So you pay per
year.
semester or also a payment plan. So you can pay within every month or 3 months, depending on how parents can afford. But the 13 USD is the
So yeah, that means that whoever is coming for a bachelor's degree for 4 years, let's say, will pay the 13 USD times 3, like for the other 3 years.
Yes,
so does it mean which year is covered then? Is it maybe do you cover the first year, then she doesn't have or he doesn't have to come with that money instantly, or do you just remove that money? Because my question is, if I'm coming for a bachelor's degree, do I have to pay the first year, my first year on campus, or is it the one that you cover? Which one do you cover?
Oh, we cover the last year. Reason why we cover the last year is because some students had abused it before.
I can imagine.
They get the scholarship and never show up to school, and these scholarships are needed. So sometimes students will get the scholarship and they will never study. They don't study and the scholarship was given to them. So we changed. We have allocated this to the last year, the 4th year. So the 3 first years will have to be paid by you, and then we are covering your last year.
So if I can get my questions done, maybe if someone else has something to say about the, how did you call it? It was something like University Access Program? Yeah, I think so. So how long is it? Is it 2 years, 1 year?
You're asking about the associate, the one that has different courses, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, it's 2 years. It's not 4 years. It's 2 years. Many people actually choose to do that because in Canada, you can get employed with that kind of degree. You do not have to do the 4 years, but some students who want to do their full bachelor's degree, so you can choose to do the 2 years degree and start working right away. And if you're interested to probably continue at some point, that is possible because you can do a part-time actually program. So because by then you'll have a residency. I did not talk about opportunities in Canada. So when you come to study in Canada for a time from 2 years and above, you are allowed to remain in the country, to work in the country, and to have a PR, permanent residency, right? So you can choose to do 2 years in Canada, start working, and so since you have a status of a permanent resident, you can choose now to do a part-time course. So you can basically study full-time and then maybe study your accounting, your psychology, whatever course you want to have a bachelor's degree in the evening. So as a part-time basis. So that's possible.
How did you call the program again?
Associate of Arts. I'm going to send
Associate of Art.
Let me do it now. Let me send the presentation to Christelle. She's going to put it, I don't know, on your group, if you have a WhatsApp group or something, so that you can just refer to that. So for those actually who want to register today or after today, I'm also going to give you a link to register or ask me questions after today. So if you want to ask me questions, if you're concerned about something, you can give this link to your friends, questions on maybe stuffs I didn't cover in my presentation. Yes, go on. Anybody else has a question? So that's the link to register, or just put your questions and then I'll call you. I'm also giving you a QR code if you want to use a QR code instead of going directly to our website. I mean, the The second one is a QR code. If you click on it, you just got that. The first one is just a normal link, like a form. Yes. Any other question?
If they have any questions and they're not comfortable sharing them here, they can
Yes.
send it to me.
Yes. Yes. The link, or they can privately.
Yeah, so they can send them to me, or I can give them your number if that's okay, and they can ask you personally.
That's okay. Yes, 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 yes. So I live in Rwanda. Actually, I chose to stay in Rwanda. I studied abroad. If you have any questions regarding how does it feel, I saw that you have one colleague who was here who's studying abroad. But if you also have questions regarding, oh, how does it feel? Some students will ask questions about racism, things like that, how to make friends, how to get, integrated, all those things. I'll be very, very happy to answer those questions, and also questions regarding like budgeting. How does someone, because obviously it looks huge when we talk about 13,000 USD, that's like 13 million, that's a lot of money. But one thing I always tell students, especially in Canada, it's important to know where you're going to get your first year's fee. If you have where that money is going to come from, we have a lot of support when you get in the country. So you can apply for different residence programs when you're still studying, which being an international student to being a resident, which can cut your tuition by like 70%. So there are so many solutions, but just make sure you know where this first year tuition is going to come from and living expenses. And if you can be able to secure that, then don't worry about the rest. there will be a solution for sure. Generally, this is really about Canada. Canada is supportive to immigrants, to students, and make sure that you are going to finish and graduate. The country is looking. So I studied in the UK. I did not study in Canada, but I'm now employed in Canada and remotely. So this is to show you how much they need different talents coming from. Realize about Canada, because I've worked in the UK and I've worked in Canada. Canada really is not, I wouldn't say 0% discriminative, but you can be recognized for your talent, for what you're able to do, without looking at the race and the color of your skin, or the religion, or whatever. So yeah, that's for sure.
Anybody have any pressing question they would like to ask Anne Grace? I will assume nobody has a question. Thank you so much for doing this with us. We had been looking forward to this, and many students had been looking forward to this. I don't know why they didn't show up, but since this is being recorded, we can share this with them after this session. And if they have any pressing questions, I will make sure to share your details so they can write to you or give me any questions they want, and I can give them to you.
Yes, we are going to be with you guys. Maybe next time we need to take more time to advertise or just talk about it, so that everybody will have a chance to come and be a part of this. I'm very passionate about traveling and studying abroad. I've been doing this for quite some time. I am just looking for us Rwandese who are going abroad to make an impact, not just because Kujahanza, right? It's just not that. We are more than that. We are more than immigrants. We are more than just people who go and just go abroad, because that's, everybody can, not everybody, but somehow people can. But then we want to be a bunch of people who make an impact for our countries, first of all, when we go. Even if we get to live in these countries, what are we going to build back home, right? So we have to have a purpose of why we are going to travel. Yeah, so I'm very, very passionate about being purposefully traveling purposefully, if either for studies, tourism, or whatever reason, so that we try to change the narrative about the Black people or African people traveling. We see a lot on the news. Obviously the news chooses what to show, because I'm very sure that more people will use the plane to go to Europe and America, but most of the time they show us people using illegal ways to go. So when we have a chance to go, let's use that platform to actually talk about positively about Africa. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anne Grace. We look forward to having
Well,
many more sessions like this with you. And
yes.
the excitement the people have in my DMs, I think you're gonna get a lot of people apply. So yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right.
I hope you all have a great evening. And I look forward to seeing you guys in all the other iDebate events starting next week. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Bye, Crystal. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Anne Grace. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.